Hey, I'm your host, Jen Wheeler, and this is the Healthy Her podcast. I'm a teacher, author, and foodie who went from being addicted to sugar, skipping meals, and struggling to get in control of my eating, to someone who is 10 kilos down, eats all the yummy foods without restriction, and is finally in control of my hunger. I'm obsessed with helping other health-conscious women ditch the confusion and overwhelm so they can cultivate healthy eating habits and truly thrive. The Healthy Her podcast was created to give you real talk about healthy eating, as well as easy, actionable tips that fit seamlessly into your busy lifestyle. I'm not just your host. Think of me as your healthy eating hype gal, your personal cheerleader as we chat all things healthy eating, weight loss, and mindset mastery, so you can become the healthiest, happiest version of you. So if you're ready to ditch the guilt, reclaim your confidence, and unlock the very best version of you, then you're in the right place. So let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Healthy Her podcast. I just want to say that I am so grateful for all of your love and support and for this amazing and beautiful community that has followed and subscribed to the podcast, left a review. I'm so grateful, and it means more to me than you know. Today's episode is a little bit of an impromptu one, and I'm going to be answering all of your questions about my signature program, the Healthy Eating Hype Gal membership. I'm doing this because I get so many DMs, so many emails, so many messages. I wanted to give you this little impromptu episode, giving you all of the information that you need to know if you are thinking about joining, if you are just wanting to join, if you've been sitting on the fence about joining, so that you can know everything that is involved in the Healthy Eating Hype Gal membership. So first off, I want to talk to you about why I created this membership. And if you are new here, I have lost 10 kilos as a busy working mum and business owner. And I know that sounds great, and we always get so caught up on those numbers and those weight loss number wins. But I can tell you that losing the actual weight was such a small win in this entire process. The real win for me has been the learning and the mastering of my eating habits and my mindset and the way I see food and all of those kind of things. Because as I've learned from this experience, you can't have one without the other. Like, you can follow a plan, you can do all the things, but if you don't deal with the stuff that's going on in your mindset, the way that you view food, it's very hard to get the weight loss results, not only to get those weight loss results, but also to maintain those results long term. So I knew that the way that I was doing things around diet, around healthy eating, around weight loss, that the things that I was doing just wasn't going to work long term. And I'm talking about things like skipping meals, eating less, having like really small meals, like having a really small lunch and then feeling hungry all afternoon. Like, I realized that all of these things just weren't going to work for me long term. And when I finally started getting the weight loss results that I wanted, fixing the problems that I had around food. I was someone that was addicted to sugar. Like, sugar just controlled me. I just always had to be eating something sweet. And when I finally started getting those results and fixing all these problems I had with food, like cravings and feeling hungry all the time and feeling out of control around a block of chocolate, like all of those kind of things, this is when I realized that I had to put this program together. So it came from my own personal challenges, my own growth, my own struggles. And I truly believe that this membership is something that every woman could do and can benefit from, because it's a holistic program. So the reason that I created this program is because I've done lots. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I've tried lots of programs. I've done lots of programs. I've failed at lots of programs. I've come to understand that the reason that that happened is because I didn't actually learn anything along the way. So most women can eat perfectly and exercise perfectly for a set period of time. So if you sign up for something and it's a 4-week program or a 6-week program or a 12-week program, whatever it is, it sets that intention in your brain that, okay, well, this is something I'm just going to turn on. I'm going to be really, really good for this certain number of weeks. And then at the end of it, I'll stop. Majority of women, when they do these kinds of plans and programs and challenges, Some get results. I'm not going to lie. Some do get weight loss results. But what actually happens is they end up putting the weight back on. And the reason that this happens is because the program didn't teach them how to eat, and it didn't teach them how to navigate everyday life. And that is what the issue is with women. We need to learn how to do both. We need to learn how to run our households and our families and our jobs and all these other things that we have going on and still eat healthy, still exercise. So the membership is all about teaching you how to do both. So not only get those weight loss results that you want, but learning how to do it for the long term. And that's the thing, that all of the programs that I did and all of the programs that I tried, they were only giving me the what. So I would eat that way and I'd follow that plan and I'd do those things and all those kind of things. But then when my kids got sick or something came up at work, or I just didn't know how to navigate those things, I didn't know how to integrate healthy eating and working on my weight loss goals into my everyday life. I could only work out how to do it perfectly, and I just didn't know how to actually do both, or I didn't know how to give 20% or 60% or 5% on those days. I could only ever work out how to get results if I was only ever giving 100%. So the membership's all about creating that holistic approach so you can learn how to do both. You can learn how to lose weight, you can learn how to eat healthy, but you can also like have a cocktail or drink out with your girlfriends on the weekend, enjoy a meal at your restaurant with your family. I remember I got a message the other day and one of our hype gals had sent me a message, and she sent me a photo of her cocktail, and she said, the fact that we get to have cocktails on Hype Gal membership is amazing. So it's all about learning to do both, because what is the secret to your long-term success? Because like I said, most people can eat perfectly for a set period of time, but most people can't do it for the long term because they haven't learnt how to do both. And so I just knew that I had to put this membership together. I knew that I had to share this knowledge and these skills that I have with other women so that they can reach their weight loss goals, but also learn how to eat healthy for life. Because I truly believe that there are generations of women that have not been taught this skill of knowing how to eat. And I'm not talking about knowing how to eat to diet. I'm talking about knowing how to eat to maintain your weight and to nourish and fuel your body so you feel energized, so you can look and feel your best. I truly believe that there are generations of women that have not learned this skill. So that is why I'm super passionate about sharing this knowledge with other women. And like I said, it is something that every woman can benefit from, because I'm yet to meet a woman that hasn't got a funky belief about food. And as women, we have all of these funky beliefs around food, that fat is bad for us. Like if we eat like so-called bad food like chocolate or chips or cheese or cake or whatever it is, that it will somehow make us gain weight and make us fat. And like we have all of these funky beliefs that we need to break down, we need to deal with, because until you do, those things are going to keep popping up for you, and you're going to get to a point, you're going to get some weight loss results, and that thing's going to pop up again. So every time these things pop up, I help the girls in the membership deal with them. We go, okay, why is this happening? This is why I feel this way. Let's break that down and let's move on. And I remember I got a DM just the other day from a lady. She said to me, hey, Jen, I really love what you're all about, and I love the Sound of the Healthy Eating Hype Gal membership. And she said, but how is your membership different to the 7,865 billion other ones that I've tried? And I explained to her it's how the membership is structured and set up and how I do things. Like I mentioned earlier, other programs and challenges and things are set up for a really short period of time. And the expectation with those is that you eat perfectly all the time. They only give you the what. Okay. And the problem with this is, and this is what I explained to this woman, like throughout my messages and through my DMs, is that when you're only given the what, you have no idea why you made those changes. No idea. Like, why did you make those changes? Why did you increase your protein? Why are you eating less of this? Why are you eating more of that? You have no idea why you are making those changes. And if you do get results at the end of that plan or program or that challenge or F45 or whatever you're like 75 hard, whatever you've signed up to do, at the end of it, you have no idea how you got there. You just don't know why you ate those calories. You don't know why you made those food changes. You don't know why you did those things. And The problem with that is that you don't then know how to replicate that when the program or the challenge is finished and how to carry those things into your everyday life. And that is what the problem is. And that is what makes Healthy Eating Hype Gal membership and community something that is really, really unique. So, how is it structured? So, and the great news is this particular lady that DM'd me, she was like, right, I'm in. Yes, I need this. Let's go. And she's someone that joined. And within 7 days, I had shown her, worked with her, and helped her to do a diet audit, to do her data collection so she could work out exactly what was going on with her. So she knew exactly where she was overeating, where she was undereating, where she was eating too much of, what she was eating not enough of. And we'd done that, and we'd also created a sustainable and achievable calorie deficit for her. Now, that was within 7 days. Are you ready to step into a vibrant community of health-conscious women where your journey to helping feel easy begins? Welcome to the Healthy Eating Hype Gal community, your ultimate destination for mastering your relationship with food and embracing a healthy lifestyle. As a busy working mum who's lost 10 kilos, I've been through it all and I understand the struggle. That's why I'm here to teach you the exact steps and tools I use to lose weight, conquer my mindset and thrive, all while juggling the demands of everyday life. Say goodbye to no more confusing fad diets or overwhelming nutrition advice. In this community, I'll guide you through the maze of weight loss and healthy eating and explain it to you in a way that finally makes sense. From easy, family-friendly meal plans to my exclusive calorie deficit quick guide, monthly masterclasses, plus so much more, so you can finally make healthy eating an achievable lifestyle without restriction. It's time to ditch the confusion and overwhelm for good. Join today and kickstart your journey to a healthier, happier you. There's no perfect time to start. Let's make your wellness dreams a reality. And the reason that the membership gets results and helps so many women is because you stop guessing. Okay. So much of what we do as women around healthy eating and weight loss is we guess. We just guess. Majority of women that I work with do not know how much food they eat. They think that they do, but they don't. So I help them get that clarity. And when you have that clarity and when you've got everything in front of you, it just reduces the overwhelm. Like there's no arguing with it. When you have that right in front of you and it's like saying, hey, Jen, this is actually what you're eating and this is what's happening and this is where you're going wrong. You can't lie with the data. Like you can't lie with the information. So it really gives our Hype Gal members clarity moving forward. And like I mentioned earlier, because they know exactly what they're doing instead of someone just handing it to them and saying, okay, I want you to follow this meal plan, or I want you to eat this many calories, I want you to do these things, because they know why they're making these changes and they can see it, they feel confident. They feel empowered. There's none of this, oh, well, hang on, what about, because it's right there. They can clearly see exactly what needs to change and what they need to do moving forward. And when you have clarity and when you take ownership of the changes that you're making, instead of someone just handing it to you, you feel confident and you feel empowered to go about the changes because you're not just flying blind or just guessing or just making some random changes to your diet or your way of eating and just crossing your fingers and hoping that it will work. So the way that we structure the membership and doing that, and like I said, within 7 days, if you follow what you are given in the membership, at the end of the 7 days, you will have complete clarity about where you are and how you need to move forward. And the membership is then there to support you to reach your goals. And for some women, they join the membership and it's all about weight loss. They really want to lose weight. For others, it's like, you know what? I really just want to, like, yes, maybe lose a little bit of weight, but I really want to just improve my healthy eating habits and my bad attitude to food and this all or nothing approach that I have. Some women just come into the membership for that. Like everyone has their own goals and their own things that they are working on when they join the membership. So the results that you can expect from joining the membership, they are obviously up to you and the amount of effort that you put into those things, and also a lot of patience and relying on the support and the structure and things that we have in the membership. But the membership is aimed at helping you reach your weight loss goals, but also changing and improving the beliefs and the mindset that you have around food so that those things don't keep coming up to block you all the time, whether that's going out to a restaurant and there's pasta and everything. And if your mindset is that pasta is bad for me and that pasta is going to make me gain weight, every time you go out to a restaurant and there's pasta, you're going to struggle in that situation. So it's so important. And that's why it's part of the membership that we work on not only your calorie deficit and the food that you eat, but also that mindset work so that you know how to deal with these challenges and tackle these challenges every time they come up. And for me, it's all about eating what I want and eating what I want guilt free because I now know how much food I eat. I know where my calories are coming from and I know how to make any changes to my daily habits and routine if I find myself off track and not feeling like myself. I know exactly what I need to tweak and change to get myself back to feeling my best. And that is what I teach the girls in the membership because the more confident you feel and the more empowered that you feel. So after you've joined the membership and you've done your diet order and your data collection, you've got a super clear picture of where you're at, what you're dealing with, you've got your calorie deficit, and then the membership is there to provide you with ongoing support. So each month you get a brand new 5-day meal plan. When you join, we currently have a Kickstart bonus. So you'll get bonus free meal plans, steps to success checklist, progress trackers, like lots of extra bonuses just to help set you up for success and to kickstart your journey. But the membership is there to support you ongoing. So like I said, with those meal plans, every month we have 2 live coaching calls with me. So, you get me in your back pocket. And the great thing is if you can't make the time of the live coaching call, you can either email in your question or you can pop it in the group and I will jump on the live coaching call and answer that for you. Because what I've found in my experience with working with hundreds of women is that we get all up in our own heads. And so what happens is we often just need a chat with someone to set us on the right path again. And can often just be the slightest little tweak that we need, the slightest little thing. And it's like, okay, yeah, good. Because what happens is when we go through our own weight loss journey and like improving a healthy eating journey on our own, is that when something goes wrong or when something's not going to plan, is in our own heads, we catastrophize it. So we go, I've eaten off track, everything's bad, I'm going to gain all this weight, I'm such a failure, this is never going to work. Whereas if you have someone in your corner that's just like, hey, you know what? Just do this. Okay, from here, let's just do this and this. And it stops you from catastrophizing how bad things are in your mind and gets you back on track really, really easy with that advice. Whether that's through a coaching call with me or whether that's support from another community member that can say, hey, you know what, this is what I do in those situations. There is so much support and guidance to help you stay motivated and to keep you on track so you can create these healthy habits for the long term. And the great thing is for me is that I now know where my weak points are with food. And like that's what our Hype Gal members are doing. We just had one of our members post the other day and she was talking about how her child was sick and she'd gone to get some chocolate and she said 1 chocolate, she had 1 and then it turned into 2 and then it was 5 and then it was like 8 before she'd realized she'd eaten this whole box of chocolates that was in front of her. And she was saying now that she's as part of the membership, the old her would have gone, okay, well, YOLO, I've stuffed everything up now. Like there's no point in me eating healthy. I'm never going to reach my weight loss goals. So I'll just give up, I'll quit, and then I'll just eat everything and go YOLO and not care anymore. And she posted in the group and she said, now that I'm in the membership and I'm learning these things, she took a moment to pause and she realized that her child was sick, that she was tired, and that's why she'd gone and just sort of overeaten on all this chocolate. She kind of went, okay, dealt with it, accepted that moment, and she just picked up at her next meal. And she said that prior to joining the membership, she would never have done that. She would have gone, I beat myself up, I'm a failure, just quit, thrown in all of her efforts, and then just decided to start next week on Monday, next month, or at another time. So it is all about changing your mindset around food. And I now know where I go wrong, and I'm teaching the girls in the membership to identify these things and so they can just move on and just keep moving forward. Because like I said, most of the time we are our worst enemies. It's us. We catastrophize things and it's actually really not as bad as what it is. It's just that we have to go, okay, address that situation. This is what's happened. Let's just move on at the next meal and keep going. In addition to the monthly coaching calls, I record and film 2 monthly masterclasses that get posted in our Facebook community group as well. Again, that's just to continue to support and skill our members on like their cravings and mindset and why they might be overeating at nighttime, why they're struggling with meal planning, all of those issues we deal with as women when it comes to trying to eat healthy consistently. So I upload 2 monthly masterclasses as well. And then they can ask me any specific questions or problems that they might have through the coaching calls, or like I said, through popping in the Facebook group and asking one of our incredible other members that are there to support them. We also have so many additional beautiful resources, like there's bonus recipes, you get your Kickstart, you get your meal plans and things when you join to help set you up for success, coaching calls, masterclasses, like everything that you need to support you and to teach you. So that is the unique thing about the membership. I'll be there holding your hand, but I'm going to teach you how to do this. And the best thing for me is when I get a message or an email from someone and they're like, Jen, do you know what? And I'm like, what? And they're like, I feel like I can do this on my own now. I'm like, great. My job is done. Once I have skilled you enough that you feel like you can go and do this thing on your own, like I've done my job. And honestly, that is the best feeling ever, because I want you to feel good. I want you to look good. I want you to understand that you can look and feel good all year round. You don't have to have this all or nothing mindset, or I have to have a summer body or a winter body, or you can actually just learn to do this stuff all year round. But like I said earlier in this podcast episode, you have to learn these things. And that's the thing, as women, we're not taught these things. We just are not. And that's why we struggle. That's why we fumble so often. So you need to learn the how, like how weight loss works, how healthy eating works, how to be consistent works, how to tackle your sugar cravings work. You have to deal with all of these things because you've had these funky beliefs around food and weight loss for a very, very long time. So you have to unlearn them, and you need to be prepared to be a beginner and to learn these things, because once you do, you're set up for life. Like I'm good now. Like I am so set for life. I know how to eat. I know how to fuel my body. That's the great thing with the hype girls now. Like if they go off track, instead of that disaster mindset, they go, okay, I've stopped doing this, I'm not doing that, I need to go back to doing those things. They're really changing and shifting their mindset around the way that they see food and healthy eating and weight loss. It is a real transformative journey, a real transformative process. It's not a quick fix. It's not just a, here's this diet for 4 weeks, follow this, and then you're good to go. It's that holistic process of working on your weight loss, helping with your calorie deficit, help you feel less overwhelmed, help you with your questions so you feel really supported and that you can move forward with long, healthy eating and weight loss success. And you know what? So you don't ever have to diet again. So you can undiet. So you don't have to be dieting ever again. And it's the best feeling. And I just absolutely love that I get to help these women achieve that success every single day. So if this sounds like something that is a good fit for you, or you want to find out more, you can send me an email or a DM over on Instagram at The Active Bod, or you can check out more about the Healthy Eating Hype Girl membership on my website, theactivebod.com. And I would love for you to join us in our beautiful, amazing, supportive community of like-minded women, just all working on improving themselves and working on becoming the healthiest, happiest versions of you. So I'm so pumped and I'm really excited, and hopefully I will see you in there soon. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Healthy Her podcast. Don't forget to follow and subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and I will see you all next week. Thank you so much for tuning in to another empowering episode of the Healthy Her podcast. If you enjoyed today's chat and found it helpful, hitting that follow or subscribe button would be amazing, because your support means the world to me. Come connect with me on Instagram at TheActiveBod for your daily dose of inspiration and for loads of new easy meal ideas. Take care and keep thriving. See you next week.